Fabric. Oh my gosh, fabric. So much fabric. Oh, all of these are nursery fabrics here, and they have a sign on them that says that they're cotton, durable, and soft and they are absolutely beautiful. And these originally came from Joann's because there's a sign up there that says it's the Joannes Liquidation. And oh my gosh, they were originally $12 a yard, and now you can buy the entire bolt for a mere $20. Oh my goodness. Anybody who has a business where they need fabric of this nature, wow, this is the Ollie's that is on West Colonial in West Orlando. And it's off of Hiawassee and 408 in that area, Hiawassee Colonial 408, that area. Oh my gosh, if you need fabric, this is definitely the place to go. And I am just so psyched and so stoked that the Joannes liquidation has arrived. They also had a really nice selection of yarn, but I'm just flabbergasted by the fabric. Oh my goodness gracious. Did you see all that fabric? It was just piles and piles of it. Oh, anyway, so they have this yarn. Some of the yarns are $2.99 there. I have seen in some Ollie's the little loopy yarn that is $1.99, but most of the yarn that you find at the Ollie's is $4.99. But that's still an incredible price for this. And look at all the beautiful fall colors of this Bernat blanket yarn. I don't do any sort of fiber crafting, but if I were to make a blanket, I would have bought a selection of all of those dark ones, the little fall color ones, and my blanket would have been made out of those fall color Bernat yarns. Oh my goodness gracious. They did have some of these Easter supplies, but look at that. It's a new sign. It is the Joannes liquidation. This is the first time ever that I have seen a Joanne sign in an Ollie. So it's not just American Crafts. They are actually starting to distribute the Joanne stuff. And oh, all of the people that lament about the fact that their Ollies doesn't get good shipments, I really hope that you are absolutely inundated with Joanne stuff. I really, really do. This is the dollar table. I have no idea what that black thing is. It was on the dollar table, and there were actually quite a few things in the dollar table that really weren't craft items. So I think that people have been plopping things down, and the store people, the store personnel have not been able to keep up with the amount of stuff that's just being plopped on there. But look at that. UV resin bottles. They still had some. I picked up 2 more because that's a great price for some UV resin, and that's not the only box of it that they had. But see, this is another thing that I'm saying, this Kang book from the multiverse, from Marvel Universe, I don't think that was supposed to be on this craft table. So I lift up this box that's inside there, and I look down inside. Everything down inside this box is $1, but I didn't put up the prices or anything. But you can see that things are just being mishmashed and collected in boxes here and there. So this is a dig store. There's no other way to put it. This is a dig store. If you go to the West Colonial store, the West Colonial store in Orlando, it is worth the drive to, if you have to go there. It is worth going to. They have great prices on stuff, and they have a really good selection there. And the fabric, oh, I just can't get over the fabric. But it's a good store to go to. And so this is the West Colonial store, but dig. You're going to have to dig some of these things out because you see the box is just sitting on top of it. These are so beautiful. Again, I have to keep saying that these are floating, and if you put them in a drink, the little accoutrements float, and I had to pick up one of these. I know it's not quite Baby Bear because Baby Bear is not a tabby, but it was so cute. I had to pick up one of those for myself. I absolutely love that little applique, and you see me just grabbing it and putting it in the cart. These milk and cookies cutters, they've been there for a very long time. They're still $1. These letter sets are $1, oh but look at that. They've got, wow, it's a Party City item, and this was brand new. They had a whole box of these, and these were brand new, and these are obviously for the yarn because it says Big Twist on it, but I don't know what you'd use them for, so I'll give you a good opportunity to read the packaging. I really don't know what they're used for other than their needles, but I don't do yarn fabric or yarn craft, so I'm not aware of it, but I left it there for you to see. They still have a lot of this poster board that looks like notebook paper for 25 cents a sheet. They still have the Statler markers, $4.99 for these. I'm just going through the stuff that they have. They've had these items for a very long time, but I want to make sure that I look at everything because there is always something new in each of these stores that that I go to, and I make sure that if I find any new items that I highlight them so that you can see them. And I've said this before on my channel, I'm going to keep saying it. I don't gatekeep. Whatever I find in the store, that is what I'm going to show you, because I don't do all the crafts. And those ribbons, they were $1 for all 3 rolls. It was amazing. I don't think anybody does every craft, but everybody should be able to do some craft. Everybody should have the opportunity to have crafts available to them. And just because I don't do a craft doesn't mean that the craft is any less than perfect and wonderful. So I show everything. They did have a lot of the molds here, the Kaboom molds for the chocolate. And look at this. Oh my gosh, $1 for melts. This is the cheapest I have ever seen melts in an Ollie. Oh my gosh. Usually they're $1.49 up to $2.99 in the Ollies, but this one had those orange melts for $1. It was the only color I saw. And look at this. This is like 12 rolls of thread for $1, and they are marked $1. This had to have come from Joannes, but I could not believe this. I did pick up 2 of them, not because I'm going to use them, but because I am going to use them as a future giveaway. So please, if you're interested in that, please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that when I do the giveaway, you'll get notified of it. These little stamps are so cool. They have the rings magnetized to the outside of the stamp, and you can put the messages at the stamp and the date and everything. I thought that was a neat idea. And those are $1.99, and that's been consistent from store to store to store. Every time I see those are $1.99. So look at all the beautiful stuff that they have for the decorating things, but they also have that beautiful cellophane roll for 99 cents, and this gorgeous tissue, not tinsel, it's tissue. That gold was such a beautiful color in real life. And they have these edible sprays. So this is a beautiful mauve colored kind of edible spray that you can put on your decoration. I don't bake. It's not something I do. I know I've said that many times, but that's definitely something that if you are a baker, this is the place to get your supplies from. These little crinkle packs are 2 ounces of crinkle paper for $1. That is such a good price for anybody who packages up the things that they ship out. If you're like an Etsy seller or something and you need some of these crinkle sheets to use as decoration in the packages that you send out, that's a great price for that stuff. $1 for 2 ounces of it. They do have more of these molds. I did not see the round spheres that are usually 74 cents. They had the eggs and they had the boxes and they had the fractal hearts, but I didn't see the round spheres. All of the molds that I'm showing you, they're all $1.99. And they also had this beautiful purple crinkle paper. Oh my gosh, the pink and the purple are just beautiful. They had these pens. Some of them were metallic, like this one right here. I have seen these metallic pens in packs of 5 for $1.99. So if you can find the pack of 5, that's a better price on that. But if you can't, it's fine for $1 for those. Putting away more of the UV resin, and that's still not all the boxes of UV resin. I'm about to turn the corner, and there's even more boxes of UV resin left in this store. Oh my goodness gracious. I couldn't believe how much was still left, because I saw that UV resin the first time I went to the store ages ago. It seems like it's been about 3 months. And the UV resin, look at all those boxes of it. It's still here. I don't understand why people who do resin haven't rushed to this store to buy this, but maybe it's not a great price. I don't do resin, so I'm not sure if it's a great price. I thought it was a great price, but with all the resin that's still left, I don't understand. But maybe also this might be out of the way for people. So whatever the reason is, the UV resin is still here. Look at this cute little silver bow. It's got the beautiful little dangles on it. And this, $1. I can't believe this is still here. I thought this would go away for the New Year's Eve parties because of the number of people that would want to make these colorful drinks with that colorful drink powder that makes it all shimmery. They did have a little bit of Ofre ribbon, but this store really didn't have a lot of it. I really only saw a few ribbon selections at this store. That's the marker box that is listed to have markers in it, but doesn't. And there are a lot of items that have come up that don't have all of their supplies with them. There are Basil packages of cards and envelopes where they only have the envelopes, the marker box. So some of the items, make sure that you look at it and make sure that everything that's supposed to be in there is in there, because a lot of the items that show up I won't say a lot of the items. Some of the items that show up don't have everything that they're supposed to. I focused on that section because that's where I found my $5 mink laminator. That's just this is the store that came from oh so long ago. But yeah, that's where it was in this store. And they had this beautiful cactus. I have not seen that cactus very often. I have seen it before, but it doesn't show up nearly as often as some of the other stained glass kits that they have. And then these little Crayola things. I wish I'd taken a better look at it to find out what it actually is. If anybody knows what that actually is, if you would please put it in the comments. And then another Fimo. And I'm just going to sit here and say this again because if you are interested in trying Fimo, $3 for a few different colors of Fimo so you can test make one object and see if Fimo for you is a really way to check out whether or not you like Fimo. And you're not out a lot of money because Fimo can be expensive. If you do polymer clay, I do polymer clay, I can attest that Fimo can get expensive. But if you want to test out and see if that's something you want to do, then by all means do it. This set of markers I've seen for $4.99 at other stores. So I don't think I'd buy it for $5.99 at this store if I had access, which I do, to other stores. I don't know how much that one was. I only saw the one on the shelf. I didn't see any price on it. It might be $1. It might be $1.99. I honestly don't know how much that particular set of what are they called, pastels was. So it's up to you. This was so cute. I loved it so much, and it was only $5. Look at how shiny and beautiful that is. If I had had any reason to buy that, I would totally bought that. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second. One of the people in the guild used to work for Joannes and said that this is terrible. This is really bad glue. She said that they got a ton of complaints about this glue whenever they had it in Joannes. So I'm going to sit here and say, don't buy it. That's not from my personal experience. That's from me taking the advice from somebody in the Chatty Crafty Guild. And the Chatty Crafty Guild is our Facebook group. And the link to the guild is in the comments for this video if you want to join. And we really do share a whole lot of information about crafting and about where to find really well-priced craft supplies. And if that's something you're interested in, definitely check out the link. I can't get over the color of that one. I really can't. And they also had this interesting bottle of pour paint stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. But for 99 cents, I thought about testing it. I didn't. But I thought about testing it because 99 cents isn't that much. But, you know, after a while, somebody in one of the groups chats that we did once said something along the lines of, I'm going broke by saving so much money on these craft supplies. And I thought that was a great comment. These are beautiful. It's the same company. And the reason that there's two different prices is because the $8 one comes with markers. So if you don't want the markers, sometimes you can find the ones without markers for $5. And this is the first time I've seen it. Oh my gosh, Arteza. I have loved everything I have ever gotten from Arteza, and I have tested those in Alive, and they are beautiful. This is the paper that you put through your printer to make letters that you send out to everybody. 69 cents for a package was a really good price for that. And then they have this paint stuff here, and that obviously it's a new box because it's like completely full. So this is one of the new items that I haven't seen at this store, and I give you a good look at it. I wouldn't use it because it's not something that I do, but I think it's interesting that they have a whole box of this, and there's really, really pretty colors. And now we're on the other side. All I've done is just turned around, and I'm starting to film the other side, and they have a few kits over here. They had the latch hook one, and they also have this one that's made with pieces of wood, and $5 for the amount of wood that you get in that is a really good price. This used to be much more disarrayed, and I think that they've done a really good job of fixing this up and making it look so much better, because this portion right here used to be really in disarray. They did have a couple of paper pads. One of them is this inspirational one. It's not something that I can use because I don't use full page pictures, but I thought that these would be amazing to just hang on the wall as just framed pieces of art because the pictures in there are so stunning. I mean, absolutely incredible. And then the other one that they had, oh, I went back because I forgot to take a look at the price tag for you. So I went back and got the price tag of it. Now we're going on to the other one that they had. And I found it by doing just a little bit of digging. But they had this one for sports right here. And again, the pictures are absolutely gorgeous. Imagine putting those up in some kid's room if your child loves sports, whatever sport they play, you could put those up in their room and have it be just a wall display for that. Or put it over the top of a bulletin board and let them use that as the covering of the bulletin board. Maybe put some Mod Podge over the top of it to protect it. That would be so cool. I did see those on the shelf. They're bath bombs, so I thought I'd point them out to you. Those are just some bubble mailers that I found as well. And now I'm on the other side side of that rack. And look at this. They still have so much of this tissue for 49 cents. At 49 cents a package for tissue is a really great price, and they do have a lot of nice colors of it. The selection has definitely gone down. That has definitely been selling since the last time I was there. And look, the obligatory red cricket foil. I don't get to say that nearly as much as I used to, but every time I see it, I just have to say it because there it is. Chart papers, those are the chart pads that you stick up so you can do your Pictionary or your brainstorming or whatever it is that you want to do with those. And for $5 for a chart pad, that's really not that bad. Pegboard aisle, there was really nothing hugely different in this one, but I do point out a couple of items. They do have this beautiful metallic. I love this beautiful yellow metallic a vinyl right there from Cricut. It was $4. The Dollar Tree one was $1, and honestly, I wouldn't buy that. These are $1.29, $1.99, or $2.99, depending on what store you get them from. And those paint markers, those paint sticks, they weren't even priced in this store, so I'm not even going to guess how much they were. I saw these. I've never seen these before, but that looks like an old style price tag, which suggests to me that they've had them for a while. So at some point in time, they had to have been there and I missed them. $5 for those? No. But I do want to point out that there are fewer than the last time I was there. So somebody has been buying those $5 for 4 foam brush. I don't get it. I don't understand. These scissor rolls of vinyl, again, this is somebody, the same person, I think, from Joanne said that is a great price for that scissor vinyl. And I don't do vinyl, so I don't know whether it is or not, but I'm going to take their word for it and say, yes, if that's something that you need, if that's something that you want, then that is a great way to get it. They did have the EK Tool punches for $5 in this store. They had several different varieties of them. And then this right here, somebody mentioned Loctite at some point in time, so I thought I'd point that out so that people can see that this store has it. This is a huge quantity of acrylic paint for $5. I really think that is a gorgeous set, and if I needed paint, I would have really considered picking it up, but I don't need any paint any more than I need any markers. But having said that, I don't need any more markers. Oh my gosh, I'm kicking myself for something. These are cute little pens. The little toppers are great, but oh my gosh, I am so kicking myself because I did not look at the price tag when I was in the store. If I had looked at the price tag, I would have so totally bought it. Right there, that 30 glitter markers for $2. I just glazed right over it. It's the only one that I saw in the video. I went back through and checked the video to see if there were any others. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't buy that. My marker hoarding heart is so upset with me right now that I didn't buy those. But, you know, it is what it is. You live, you learn. It is what it is. Maybe I'll see them again. These are resin molds. I have no idea what they are. They're tiny little things for $1. The quantity that they have never seems to go down, so I don't think it's a very good price. But if you know what that's a mold for, please let us know in the comments. This is another liquidation, and I get a picture of the sign at some point, or I've already shown the picture of the sign. It's like BKLYN, like they're trying to say Brooklyn, but they left out some letters and some consonants and some vowels. But these are beautiful. I've seen these hobnail glasses in small quantities in other stores here and there. I've never seen this quantity or this variety of shapes and sizes. And these are absolutely gorgeous. Look at the different colors of them. Imagine drinking your margarita out of that beautiful hobnail glass right there. And you really don't have to buy the whole set. You can just get all the cups, you know, get a set of cups for you or get a set of margarita glasses for you. They do have the Ollie's buckets, but they're like, they've got all this floral in it. This floral is absolutely new, and I thought it was a great price. I know I've seen floral at Dollar Tree when I was going into Dollar Tree in the way past times, but I don't know what kind of florals they still have. But look at the beautiful florals. This is 2 bunches of these tulips, and that's $4 of tulips in my hand, and that is a really nice arrangement of tulips for just $4. So this was an amazing quantity, an amazing selection, an amazing price. And they also had these little lavender buckets already pre-made for you. $10, I thought that was a great price because they were really pretty in person. They look kind of dull in the video, but they're really pretty in person. Somebody asked me again to go back and look at the adult coloring book. So what I'm doing here is I'm just showing you the adult coloring books in a huge overview, and then I'm going to go back and my husband's going to thumb through them while I videotape it so you can see what's in the adult coloring books from some of the specific ones. I just picked up random ones off the shelf to show you the variety of adult coloring books that they have here. So this is the first one that he's going to thumb through. This is just for relaxation, and a lot of different levels. I would call this one beginner to intermediate because it does have a lot of spaces, but they're not usually intricate and tiny. So this was a really good one for somebody who is beginner to intermediate level. It's got a lot of different not tile, styles. Oh my goodness, my brain is getting ahead of my tongue, but it's got a lot of different styles. There's this tarot one, and this is not the super wonderful tarot one that I saw in another store. The other one that I saw gave you the opportunity to do some reflection on each tarot card. Like you just open the book randomly and then you color in the tarot card and you do some reflection on the meaning of the tarot card. This is another style of them, and it's really a pretty one, but I honestly have to say I like the other one better. And then this next one here is Fearless Fighters. Look, I mean, this is just a wild variety. We've had like mandalas, and then we've got tarot, and now we've got Street Fighter style things. And this was more than just a coloring book. This one also had a lot of different games and puzzles and things that you could do in it. So this is more of an activity book than a coloring book, but it does have pages to color in. So I'm just showing off the variety of these coloring books that they have in the store. And that you saw in the beginning that it's like 4 different front shelves of it. This one's for inspiration, and this one's not actually a coloring book. I grabbed this one thinking it was a coloring book, not realizing it actually wasn't so much of a coloring book as it is an idea book. So it does have pages that you can do coloring on, but it gives you ideas of the palettes to use on those pages, and it gives you ideas in the beginning of how to arrange your color and things like that. And if I had any opportunity or any hope of ever understanding color theory, I would definitely have looked into that, but it's been explained to me, and I just don't get color theory. I just put together the colors that look good to me, and sometimes I get some random mess, and sometimes I get some really nice things. This one was an interesting book. It's got that kabuki style to it, and it was really a well done book. I would again call this one beginner to intermediate, maybe even just intermediate without the beginner part of it, because some of them were a little bit more intense and a little bit more intricate than other ones were. And then they had this Ted Lasso one. I mean, Ted Lasso has a coloring book. It blew my mind when I saw it, so I grabbed it off of the shelf, and I thought it was interesting. And having just finished watching Stranger Things, I thought it was interesting that the Ted Lasso book had a page dedicated to A Wrinkle in Time. I don't know what the correlation there is between Ted Lasso and A Wrinkle in Time, but I did notice it, so I paused it and pointed it out to you so you could see it. And then the next one that I'm showing you here is this a paranormal one. I mean, do you see the difference that they have? I mean, you could, honestly, if you were to spend some time actually looking at the adult coloring books in the store, you could get so many different ideas of things that you could color. And there are so many different books for so many different tastes and so many different types of people. And, there's everything there. So if adult coloring is something that you're interested in, definitely go to an Ollie's and get a wide variety and a huge selection of different books. And there she is. I love Dolly Parton. I'm going to openly say that for the most part, I do not like her music. Some of the mainstream songs that she does, I enjoy, but the deep dive into the Dolly Parton lexicon of musical works is not something that I'm interested in. But as a person, I adore Dolly Parton. She is amazing. I mean, she has done so much with her life. Just even the I would be amazed with her without everything else, just because she gives away kids' books to kids so that to encourage young reading. I love that. I'm not a fan of J.K. Rowling in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but I don't gatekeep. There was this Harry Potter book that I saw on the shelf, so I thought I'd show you what it had. It's not really a coloring book. It's another one of those books that gives you ideas and it gives you a place to practice them. It shows you lettering and it shows you different things that you can do, gives you information. I thought it was an interesting book. I obviously would never buy it, but hey, if you want that, you do you. I'm not sitting here telling you what you should and shouldn't do. I'm just showing you what there is and what my opinion is. You have your own opinion. This one was cute, and this one was just 89 cents. And I honestly have to say that I thought about buying this book just because of the colored pages that I could use on the card making stuff that I do. The little skull pages that were already colored in and everything. This was interesting. This is the most expensive of the ones that I'm showing you, but it's a puzzle book and it's not really a coloring book. It's got pages from the national parks and then it's got these sticker pages right here that you're seeing. And you take those stickers and you put them onto the pages where they correlate with, and you get a picture version of the national park scenery that you see. And then this one is a really nice one too. I really like this one. This is nature painting. And this one is, again, not an adult coloring book. It was in the adult coloring book section, but it does give you lots of tips and tricks for using watercolors to paint nature. Excuse me, to paint nature items. And I thought that was really a super cool book. I do have a lot of watercolors I'm getting into doing with a watercolor, and I love it. And then the very last thing that I saw in the store was this package of red sugar cookie mix. I saw this as we were getting ready to check out. I appreciate everybody who watched, liked, subscribed, made comments, everything. You're wonderful. Cheers and happy crafting.